What's up, guys? Welcome back for another college football video. We're going to be breaking down the 2026 Oklahoma Sooners today. This is a team fresh off a playoff appearance last season, ended the season on a strong note. The offense was struggling, but the defense was playing at the highest level in the SEC. Number one overall defense in the SEC, number one in sacks in the conference. They were getting after it. Front seven, creating havoc in the backfield. That's what Brent Venables does best. But can they get that offense on track? The defense is going to be good. We all know that. But where's their offense going to be this season? John Mateer comes back and he get back to that early season form. If he does, they could have a Heisman hopeful on their hands. They could have another playoff berth on hand. We're going to look at the team, coaching, the roster, and we'll be breaking down their schedule, which games they're going to win, lose, what their final record might be. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Where do you think Oklahoma finishes this season? What's their final record? Drop it in the comment section. I will respond to every comment. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, check out the pinned comment down below. So obviously Venables is back. The specialty is the defense. He takes a leading note there. You have Todd Bates assisting him. Ben Arbuckle back for second year as the offense coordinator. Like we already touched on, John Mateer is back. Very accomplished quarterback coming over from Washington State. This is a guy, he can throw for, 3,000 to 3,500 yards. He can throw for 30 touchdowns. He can run for 800 to 1,000 yards. Started out the season probably the leading Heisman candidate through maybe week 4 to 5, broke his hand. He was never the same. Making bad decisions, fumbling the ball, way too many turnovers, turning the ball over. Maybe it was the injury. Maybe it was the grueling SEC schedule. They did have one of the worst in the country, but they still made the playoffs. They still finished 10-2, some massive wins, couple losses along the way, but overall, this was an old school, like 1980s type football team, trying to run the ball, trying to dominate the trenches, trying to win close, very low scoring one possession games like a 10-14, 13-17 game, kind of iOS scores, but they found a way to win. If they can get John Mateer playing at a higher level, going to take a lot of pressure off that defense. Defense was completely dictating the pace of the game, creating turnovers, giving the offense a sure field, and yet they were still struggling to score the ball, struggling to consistently, reliably run the ball. They could not line it up. They could not close games out in the fourth quarter on the ground. It was bound to doom them. It doomed them in the playoffs, but it's a new season. John Mateer now, 100%, but I want to see how that grain game looks. Robinson, Blaylock, all eyes on you. You got to show me some more. The wide receiver core overall as a whole also has to step up. Thomas, Caroon, Carter, Jordan. There's a lot of weapons there. Isaiah's back as well. He's that senior guy. He's that leader in that wide receiver room. But ultimately, it's going to come down to the ground game. It's going to come down to the trenches. If the Sooners can run the ball, that's going to open up the play action opportunities for John Mateer. Take a lot of pressure off of him. He was having to do a lot last season. You don't want him in that situation. Let him freestyle. Let him do what he wants to do. But you got to start by being able to run the ball. You know the defense is going to be elite. Like I already said, number one overall defense in the SEC, number one in sacks in the SEC, creating pressures on the quarterback. That's going to give them the short field. They just got to run the ball, and everything else should be riding smooth. One of the toughest schedules last season. Pretty tough schedule this season as well. This is an SEC schedule. There's no givens. Even the crappy teams, you got to take them serious because they're always still dark horse candidates. But let's jump right into it. They kick off the 2026 season, week 1, September 5th, versus the UTEP Miners. This should be an easy game to win. Take the cupcakes. You don't have very many cupcakes very often with these schedules that the Sooners have been getting. This is one of those ones. I want to see where the offense falls. You want to be firing on all cylinders offensively once you start SEC play. Get it started week 1. They win this one, start out the year 1-0. Week 2, September 12th at the Michigan Wolverines. This is a game last season Michigan came to the Sooners. Michigan lost that game. Sooners won the slug-it-out line of scrimmage game. Now you have a whole new coaching staff there. Kyle Whittingham, very good coach, very underappreciated coach. You still have Underwood, still have a lot of weapons, still have a lot of talent. You know their defense is going to be good. And now you're going to the big house, going to Michigan. It's going to be a game both these teams want to win the line of scrimmage. For you football purists, it's going to be a fun game to watch. Sooners won it last season. I'm going to go out on a ledge here. Even though there's a whole new coaching staff, give me the Wolverines taking this game at home. I think they are able to at least compete against the Sooners in the trenches at home. Very close, low scoring game. You know, 23-20, 20-17. Wolverines win the close matchup this season. Week 3, September 19th, the New Mexico Lobos coming to Oklahoma. They're going to be pissed off coming off that loss. You know they're going to show up. They're going to show up. They're going to show out. They're going to dominate this game on both sides of the football. They win this one. They're 2-1. And then after that, the schedule just continues to be daunting. Even their out-of-conference games are tough. Taking Michigan out of conference, got to give Sooners some props. They're not afraid to play anyone, anytime, any place. Week 4, September 26th, at the Georgia Bulldogs, going to Athens, Georgia. Pretty long plane ride. It is what it is. Georgia, a lot of veterans on this team. Now Stockton, now the veteran quarterback, deep running back room, good wide receiver core, extremely good defense. One of the best rosters in the country. Top 5, top 3. Some might say the number 1 overall roster. They have top 3 recruiting classes every single season. They just stockpile high 4s, 5-star talent. Give me the Bulldogs winning this one. They beat Oklahoma. After that, you have a bye week. You definitely need the bye week. It's been a tough schedule so far. But honestly, looking at the schedule, it's not going to get any easier. After that bye week in Texas, October 10th, the Texas Longhorns again, top 5 overall roster. Arch Manning, veteran quarterback, started out last year really slow, but there's no doubt, even for Arch Manning haters, they have to admit, as the season progressed along, he did get better week to week, looked a little more confident, a little more calm in the packet, pushing the ball down the field, really deep wide receiver room, elite wide receiver core, so much speed on this team. The passing game was working wonders. They had a top 10 overall defense. They have so much talent. They're going to have a good offense this season. They're going to have a great defense again. And Arch Manning now, with the confidence at the quarterback position, this game, it's still a home game. These two teams, they don't hate one another. They loathe one another. This is one of the biggest rivalries in the game. Take the records, throw it out the window. Anyone can win this game. This is a 50-50 game no matter what. But I have the Longhorns winning this one. Now, for you Sooners fans, you're going to be pissed off right now. This is 2-3. You guys are going to have a complete rebound. You're going to own the second half. Don't shut the video off. There might be some losses. Let's continue on with the schedule. October 17th, the Kentucky Wildcats. Whole new coaching staff here. Completely working the portal. A lot of pieces coming in. We don't know what they're going to look like. I hate the unknown variables because they're completely flipping this roster. They should not be able to line up and compete with Oklahoma, though. Sooners rebound. They get the win back at 500. Next week, October 24th, going to the Mississippi State Bulldogs is a team, Jeff Lebby. They can score some points. They average, 37, 38 points a game last season in the SEC, but their defense was extremely bad. So obviously Sooners with a top 10 defense, they're going to shut this team down, at least keep their scores low enough, and their offense should be able to move the ball at will versus the putrid defense. They get on a hot streak to finish the season. Now they're starting to roll. They win this one. Then after that, the South Carolina Gamecocks. It's one of those teams, 2024, snuck up on a lot of teams, didn't sneak up on anyone last season. They're bringing in Kendall Briles, probably going to work wonders for Lenore Sellers. He'll at least give you the best opportunities. He will get the most out of Sellers of anyone. They run that multiple dual threat system. But Oklahoma, with that front seven, they create havoc in the backfield. Havoc leads to turnovers. And I don't trust Sellers throwing the ball. Give me Oklahoma continuing to roll. They win this one. Then after that, going to the Florida Gators, November 7th. Again, new team, new coach. Summerall takes over, Philo transfers over, bringing the offense coordinator with him. A lot of talent on this team, but we just haven't seen them together yet. They're probably starting to gel at this point, second half of the season, but the Sooners have a whole lot more veterans, and they have a whole lot more veterans in the same scheme and system that works wonders. They win this one in Gainesville. Now they're on, a 4-game winning streak, starting to catch fire. After that, November 14th, the Ole Miss Rebels. This is a Lane Kiffin-less team. This is a Charlie Weiss Jr. team. But Chambliss is back. Chambliss is back for like his 10th year of college football. One of the most electrifying quarterbacks in the country. It's kind of interesting. What's he going to look like now without Charlie Weiss calling plays? I think he'll be just fine. But what about the rest of the team? Defense will be better than it was last season. Golden calling plays there. But I trust the Sooners here. I trust their line of scrimmage. I trust their front seven. And Ole Miss, they performed really good without Kiffin, but they still had Charlie Weiss Jr. there. familiarity at the offense coordinator position. Now that's completely gone. Now the coaching staff is truly Golding's team. He's having to work the portal here, not using all the pieces that Lane Kiffin left him. Give me the Sooners winning this one. 5-game winning streak. Then after that, the second to last week, November 21st, the A&M Aggies. Texas A&M here, really tough game. Old Big 12 rivals that are coming to Oklahoma. Marcel Reed, Mike Yuckel, discipline, line of scrimmage football coach. Wants to line up and run it down your throat, control the line of scrimmage, trench warfare. That's what Brent Venables wants. That's what he specializes in. He wants you to dare. He dares you to run it at him. I'm going to take Oklahoma's line of scrimmage. They're hot. They have the momentum. They win this one. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight wins with this gauntlet of a schedule. Even if they get the 9 wins, there's still an outside chance to make the playoffs. They'll need some help from other teams, but it's not, it's not out of the realm. They finish the season November 28th at the Missouri Tigers. Obviously, with this coaching staff, they get the most out of their players. 3 stars, 4 stars players are. Drinkwitz knows how to coach college football. They're going to have a very good disciplined defense. They're going to have a very good offense. They lost some players to the portal, but they punch well above their weight class. The Sooners with the momentum, guys. I'm going to pick them. They close it out 7 straight regular season wins. They beat the Tigers. They finished the regular season 9-12 with this schedule. There's the possibility they still make the playoffs. Maybe they don't. Maybe they do, but at least it's some growing pains. Yes, it's not the 10-win season they had last year, but a lot of people weren't buying the 10 wins because the offense was so bad. I think the offense is better this season. Maybe they get the benefit of the doubt. Guys, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment below. What do you think their final record is? Leave it in the comment section. I will respond to every comment. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, check out the pinned comment below. And thanks for watching.